need to necessarily so you don't need to get to that level where learning a second language now has to be done by force or by, something that really, really needs to happen. You can take your pace in terms of learning a second language. It could be French, it could be Italian, it could be Spanish. Again, if you do that 20-year backtracking, you would see what region of the world do I see myself living in 5 to 10 years? What is the predominant language spoken there? Is it French? Is it Dutch? Is it Spanish? Can I start learning it now? So that when I show up in 5 years, I'm prepared. So it's very, very key and very, very important. Very, very important. Looking through my slides, seeing how many slides do I have left. Yeah, I have 2 slides left and then I'm done. So in terms of leveraging global opportunities, I'm seeing things that I've touched on there. So I'm just going to move ahead. Let me see okay. Just 2 more slides and then we're done. Overcoming challenges and then being able to stay adaptable. Embracing a culture of continuous learning, embracing a growth mindset, staying informed. That is very key. That is very key. Keeping up with industry trends, attending webinars, connecting with mentors, looking at the global economy, looking at the dynamics, and looking at how it plays into, for example, looking at the US elections now, whoever wins the presidency might shape how international aid, how international development goes within the next 4 to 8 years, depending on who gets into power. So some organizations are then they're beginning to sit down to say, you know what, these two individuals, these two parties have two different, thoughts and ideas to how international aid should be. So if you're an organization that relies on donor funding that is particularly coming from those core countries, could there be a reduction in flow of international aid in terms of investments in the development sector and all that. So you need to be able to connect those dots, because what happens on the global scene has its ripple effects into what you do on a day-to-day basis. And then the what is the impact, what impact would AI have on the future of work in terms of accessing opportunities, things like that. So it's very important to stay informed, to be able to connect the dots, and then to set yourself up for success by preparing ahead of time. Embracing a culture of continuous learning, always asking what next, how can I be better, how can I improve myself, what do I need to do next, and having a growth mindset. I think that's very key. This is my last slide. It's amazing that I've been on this session for an hour. So conclusion and next steps. So recapping of key takeaways. It is important to plan your career with intention and then with flexibility also. We talked about building a personal brand that communicates your unique value. We looked into the importance of networking strategically and authentically. We looked also into cultivating cross-cultural communication skills and then adaptability, and then seeing how all this comes to play in terms of being able to expand our horizons and leverage opportunities. So key next steps. I hope you're active on LinkedIn. Looking forward to connecting with you all. My name is Oyindamola Johnson. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, create one this week. If you're there, make sure you go there and update it and then engage. Another thing I want you to do is reach out to one professional contact this week. Look through your network, who has been instrumental who has been instrumental to what you are now, and who will be instrumental to who you're going to be. Reach out to them this week. And then another thing is set just a short-term career goal to work on, and then begin to work on it actively. So my closing thoughts: the world is full of opportunities waiting to be seized, and your career is what you make of it. Start building your foundation today. And this is where I wrap up my session today. Merci beaucoup. If you want to reach out to me, my email is oyindamola.johnson@gmail.com. And then, of course, if you want to learn more about who I am, what I do, my personal website also is oyindamolajohnson.com. Over to you, Mr. Patrick.
Wonderful. A round of applause for Johnson. This is a wonderful presentation. Johnson, thanks so much for this presentation. I believe the students will have taken down some notes. I have taken down mine, and I really learned a lot.